So I know when it comes to chronic illnesses, a lot of people don't understand, the secondary illnesses that come along with it is depression and anxiety. So for you working in this field, what do you see with chronic illnesses and the link to depression and anxiety, and why do you think it's there?
Well, we know that depression and anxiety is actually really pretty common in the United States. Like millions and millions of people have it every year. Um, and then you've got to figure there's also probably millions more who are walking around undiagnosed,
Yep.
untreated, that don't even factor into that. And
Yeah.
so then you layer on a chronic illness, which again you would imply, okay, there's probably some kind of physical pain, sometimes limitations, financial burden. So to me, it's almost goes hand in hand that if you're dealing with a chronic illness, you're likely to be dealing with depression and
Right.
anxiety.
Right.
Yeah. So oftentimes that means, receiving treatment or making sure that you are, doing all the things we need to do to take care of ourselves and getting enough support.
How do we go about managing the things that we can't control in our life?
Yeah, my clients know that I talk about this a lot, focusing them on things that you can control because so many people come in and the anxiety ramps up because we focus on things that are oftentimes outside of our control. And then it's like hitting a brick wall when you put so much energy into trying to control something. We have to take a step back and maybe even have somebody point out to us, that's not a good use of your energy, especially if we're already struggling. It's like you don't happen to have a lot in your reserves. So when we focus on what we can control, it doesn't necessarily make those issues go away, but it makes us have a more productive life. So it can reduce anxiety by focusing on, okay, if I can control what I eat and I try to eat a healthy diet, I'm
Yeah.
probably going to feel better. If I can control getting enough sleep, that's going to make, improve concentration, mood, all those things, and energy. And then nurturing relationships that we have in our life, especially during the pandemic. I would say it's hard to go out and find a bunch of new things to do. So
Yeah.
focus on the relationships or relationship if we're feeling a need for a change. But if there's some person in our relationship that we think or in our life that we're like, oh, this is a good relationship, I want to get closer to this person or nurture this, then we
Yeah.
have to focus on that. So we might not be able to go out and join a bunch of new groups or activities, but focusing on what's in your life now and making the best out of that.
I
I
love
think
that.
that's better use of our energy. Yeah.
That's definitely a tip that I'm going to steal and take away from this for sure too. I know we all try that. So we try it to stay in the positive mindset, but it's so easy to let our minds slip or wander, especially right now of all the negative things going on, not only, with health, but just in the world in general. So I love controlling what you can control and focusing on the positives and trying to better your life each and every minute and each and every hour.
And I think sometimes even acknowledging when things really aren't going well, that's okay too. So focusing, I just want to clarify. So focusing on the positive doesn't necessarily mean, that we ignore, and I know that's not what you meant,
Right.
but we have to also make sure we don't ignore, because if it means like, okay, maybe I do need to get a little bit of extra help, and also to not beat ourselves up for feeling bummed out, feeling
Yeah.
anxious, feeling worried, feeling lonely. And because we can often say, well, what's wrong with me? Why am I struggling? It's like, well, there's nothing wrong with you. You're a normal person responding normally to very abnormal circumstances.